Can ChatGPT help me build the survey platform of my dreams? Day 5, we are here and we have a prototype. So let's get into it. So day 5, flash forward. So I was tweaking my model on like Friday and Saturday. And on Sunday, I woke up, had a bunch to do, but it was just like really bugging me that I hadn't really spent time on the platform for like weeks. And I'm just one of those like people who I'm like, I just want to see what I can do it. Like, I just want to see if I can do it. I just want to see like, what can I get together? What can I get off the ground? Like, let's just like stop. I think I worry a lot about like, is this really possible? Can I really do it? And I was just like, girl, just sit down and try to do it. So on Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m., I sat down and was like, yeah, let's just try a few things. Flash forward to like 10 p.m., I have a prototype. I haven't really eaten or drinking or taken care of my basic needs. I did take a 1-hour break to walk Ken because I am a dog mom first, okay? But I had a working prototype that I'm really excited about, excited to show you, excited to do a little walkthrough. And before I do the walkthrough, just wanted to give you a few key takeaways. I like to do that for anyone else who's like working on building something, or I don't know, maybe I should cut these out. I'm gonna give you a few key takeaways. Here's what I learned day 5 using ChatGPT to build the survey platform of my dreams. For starters, the littlest things like take forever. Like it blows my mind how long it took to just like get the things like installed correctly so that I could even like do the coding. It blew my mind how long it took me to get like a box on a screen. Like I was like, oh, this will take like an hour or two. No, it'll take like 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. Like it was just kind of wild. It was also really interesting. This was a theme that I've talked about before, but just to like reiterate it for people, is that like ChatGPT is pretty good at writing code, in my opinion, as a non-coder. It's not great at problem solving. Like again, I like literally like 6 hours in, I'm like looking at this thing and I'm like, it is so ugly. And I have these like two blocks of survey questions and they're just like smushed on each other. And I kid you not, for 3 hours, we went back and forth on like, why are these things overlapping? And it had me like uninstall things and reinstall things and tweak this code and tweak this code. And eventually it got back to the cycle of it's like recommending me to do something that we've done before. And I was just like, I can't take it anymore. Like we need to go through line by line, every single piece of this code. Tell me what it's doing because I'm not a coder. I don't know. Like, I don't understand how this simple thing cannot be working. Like, it's just like these two boxes are together and I just want them apart. Like, what the F is going on? All the while, my app looks like it's from like the 80s. Like, it's just like ugly. And I'm like, I don't understand why it's ugly. Like, I thought we like applied some like styling to it at some point, but like, it's ugly, okay? Maybe I did start this Saturday night and it was ugly Saturday night, and Sunday I sat up and was like, oh, I just want to make it cute. And then I went down a whole detour. I don't remember. I have like serious time blindness, blackout problems. So anyhow, eventually it turned out the problem is that Tailwind, which was being used to like style my survey platform, was just like corrupted. I didn't have the right version pulling. I had like, I don't know, named a file off by one letter and it never showed up as an error. Like, it's just wild to me, right? But by going through the code line by line, eventually chat is like, hey, you know what? I don't think any of your styles are getting applied. And I was like, stop. Like, okay. Reinstalled Tailwind, literally changed one letter and a file name. And suddenly my app looked like pretty, the boxes weren't touching each other. Like, it went from like so ugly and I was like, this is gonna be like kind of embarrassing to show people, to like, oh, like this is okay, this looks good, and the boxes don't touch. So really, like, human QAing just seems like so important. And it was just funny to spend hours and hours and hours tweaking code and thinking something funny, sad, makes you want to cry, tweaking code and thinking you're doing something wrong, and then it's like an install naming problem. Wild, right? That was wild thing number 1. Wild thing number 2 was that we do this whole thing, and I've given ChatGPT my feature list, and we've talked about what's important to me. And something that I took for granted was I think it's important when you're writing a question to be able to bold and italicize particular things. So that's using rich text, not plain text, because plain text is plain. You can't style it in any way. So we do this whole thing, and I'm like, okay, cool. How do I add that little toolbar so if people want to bold something, they could just bold it? And chat's like, yeah, well, we've done your whole thing on plain text, so you can't add that. And I was like, so is it an easy fix? What do we need to just pop in so that now it could be rich text? It is not an easy fix. It is a complete rebuild, because it is completely different code needing completely different things in order to do rich text, which was just wild to me. So that was, I had that realization when I came back from walking Ken, and then it took 4 hours to update everything into rich text formatting. I was pretty mad. It was my bad. I should have been specific about my texting features up front. But sadly, I was not. And I love that just ChatGPT is it's kind of a positive because, and I'm like, no, there's no positive to this. Structurally, so much had to change to switch to rich text. My mind was blown. So the positive is that I learned something really important about text styling. But yeah, it took forever. At the end of the day, here's where I'm at. Okay, I look tired because I am, but if we don't document, then we don't document. So here is first draft version of my survey platform. I just wanted to walk through a few things that I think I'm doing differently. So the goal of this tool is to have it be really intuitive, and it's not the most beautiful right now. It's me coding it, guys. We're doing the best I can, but one day, with the help of graphics people, I think it'll be really beautiful. But so this would be your survey design portal. You can edit the survey name. You can edit the name of your survey block. So if you want it to be introduction, you can make it say introduction. One of the things I'm doing that I think is a little bit different is by default, I'm just showing you the logic. I think a lot of good survey design is missed because people don't know about survey logic or don't know how to do it in their platform. Sorry, I'm so uncomfortable because I've been sitting for 9 hours straight coding. So in the top right-hand corner, this will basically be a display logic block. So by default, it says show this block to everyone. Everyone who takes your survey will see this whole block of questions we're about to build out. But you could also change it to conditional logic, show this block only if they say they're a teacher or only if they've attended my event, whatever it is, but just to encourage people to be more thoughtful about the questions they see. So every template will start with this. If you click add text, you get a text box where you can type in. I like having survey instructions and encouraging to have more navigational text throughout. So this makes that very accessible. It's rich text. So you can bold, italics, make it lists if you need to. You'll notice up here it has a number, T1, or letter and a number. And you'll see why that's cool in a second. So let's say you added introduction text and then you wanted to add a question. Notice how this is Q1. A lot of platforms out there label every block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It annoys me so much because I want to know how many questions I have, not how many questions in descriptive text blocks I have. So this tracks the numbers differently. It also tracks them. Let me move where I am. Across blocks. So if you add another block 2, add text here, this is T2. The numbering doesn't restart over because it's in a new block. If you add a question, this is Q2. Really just love that. I think that that's really helpful. So if we look at a question block, for instance, you'll see by default, it comes up as a multiple choice question. You can click it and change it to different things. Right now, check all that apply, short answer text, free response. or a smart table, which is going to be my version of a side-by-side question that has a little bit more functionality. That's when basically you have something like, I don't know, like the restaurant I went to last night. And in one column, you could rate like how the food is. And in the next column, you could rate how friendly your server was. Like it allows you to answer questions side by side. So those are the types of questions I'm thinking about for right now. So you would change the question type at the top. That doesn't work yet. It took 9 hours just to build this one. So, but we'll build out all the question types. Again, rich text for the question stem. I think that's really important because sometimes you need to bold or italicize things to make it stand out. And here you'll notice again, by default, it has some logic built in right where you can see it. By default, go to next question. If I answer question 1, I'm going to the next question. But if you click this, you could send someone somewhere else based on their response to the question. Again, the whole point is just to make the logic of a survey much more intuitive. You have your answer choices here. These are also rich text. Again, I think this is just an important feature. And the little I over here gives you options. Like if you want to add text input. So if you had this as like an other, you could add text input down here. You could take the text input away. You can make the answer exclusive. That means like if someone checks none of the above, they can't check anything else. You can add some display logic and you can add carry forward logic. I also added this little feature here for export label. I hate when you can't like custom name your data. So this will allow you to say, like for this one, I want this exported in my data in a column that's like favorite underscore color. You can change it to whatever you want. I think this will make analysis a lot cleaner and easier. Also built in to get people to think about this is a toggle between force response and request response. I think this is really important. A lot of people don't make it required for you to answer a question, but then I don't know if you skipped it because you didn't see it and it was an accident, or if you really wanted to see it, or you really just didn't want to answer it. So what this does is if you turn on request response and you try to move forward, the person will get something that's like, hey, you didn't answer question 1. Are you sure you didn't want to? And they can say like, yeah, I didn't want to, and keep going in the survey. That's fine. If you turn on forced response, they can't move forward without answering question 1. Again, I just want those features to be like really prominent. Like you can notice like this is really built to make the logic, like nothing's hidden in like sidebars and things like that. It's just like all right here. A copy button if you want to duplicate your question, a delete button if you want to delete your question, and you'll see that this dynamically updates the numbers as well. You can copy a whole block. You can delete the whole block. Ooh. Can you? You can. I deleted all the blocks now. So yeah, this is take 1, still lots of features to build out. But it's like very clean, it's very simple, and I just wanted to document this first day because it's 9 p.m. and I started working on this at 10 a.m. and I also worked on this for a significant portion of yesterday. So that is how this is going. I think it looks pretty good. I feel proud. I feel excited. Most of all, I feel like the sense of possibility, like, okay, like Kirsten, like you can do this, you can build this out, like you can do this, and yeah, that takes us to the end of day 5. I have a pretty busy week, but I'm hoping that over the weekend I will have a day to dedicate to the AI training and another day to dedicate to the platform and just keep like chugging along. As you can assume based on these videos, like I'm not like just work on it an hour here or there. I need like a full day, 10, 12 hours. Like I'm going to be insanely like zoned in on something. So like today I'm like, oh, I want to work on it a little bit, but I know I will not just work on it a little bit. I'll work on it a lot of it, and then I won't like eat or sleep or do other things I need to do. So I'm just trying to be more strategic. So that's my update. Thank you for listening. Thank you for bearing with me patiently. Excited to see where this thing goes.